So I want to have a talk to you, lovely people, about the recent nodal shifts in the human design transits and why this is going to be actually really important for your marketing. And I've got a couple of very practical little tips for you. But I want to share with you the energy of this shift and the energy that we're in right now. So this is a shift in the transits in human design system that happened on the 14th of May this year, 2026. So just less than a week out from when I'm recording this. And this shift is into gate 55 and 59. And this is a real collective energy reset. And it's because the nodal environment before this was in gate 37 and 40. And if you don't know anything about those gates, don't worry, because I'm just going to tell you that the energy of these gates that we used to be in is all about family. It's all about rules and contracts, anything that you inherited, anything that's kind of passed down for you. It's deliverance, is what people owe you as an ancestor, and it's what you owe other people and the weight of the obligation that comes with that. And because this is all about social structure and duty and what you're supposed to do and all this kind of stuff, it does have a very sometimes restrictive and conditioned energy to it. It's a very tribal energy. But we've come out of that now. And we shifted last week into gate 59 and 55. And honestly, these two polarity gates that you can find in the human design mandala wheel, these are two of my favorite gates, actually. I don't have them natally in my chart, but they are two of my favorite gates. And gate 55, this is really all about the provocation of the spirit. And I know a lot of people read this provocation or the gate of provoking as something that is dramatic or disruptive or negative in any way, but it's not. Because it is a gate that's coming out of the solar plexus and it's like facing the root center, it's actually all about the provocation and openness and aliveness of the spirit. It's about abundance, but not material abundance, because it's not close to the heart center. It's not about materialistic abundance or worth or wealth, but it is about the abundance of spirit. And I really love this gate because it's about emotional sort of abundance. It's about feeling full with just what you have. And gate 59, the other gate that's in the nodal placements right now that we just moved into, this is all about, I mean, I call it the gate of depth. I know loads of people who have gate 59, and I love people who have gate 59 because you guys are deep and there's intimacy and there's transparency within that intimacy that you have. It is, it's part of the sexual sort of element, because it's, it's hanging from the sacral center and there's a rawness and it's all about truth and all of this sort of stuff. And together it's like, the polarity that you see with it on, the mandala wheel, it's very, this is who I am authentic, and I am freaking abundant. And it is a collective kind of feeling of permission to be yourself. And we've just come out of this like conditioned sort of like, this is who you have to be because this is how you have been passed down, these rules and regulations, and this is your inheritance, this is your genetics. And we now move into something that's a little bit more collective. And gate 55, that's also individual. So it's like, be yourself, be weird, be freaky. And I really love this energy that we are stepping into now. But why does this actually matter for your marketing and your business? Really, I don't often talk about these kind of shifts. I don't talk about transits. I don't talk about like gates specifically, not often unless I'm using them as a example. And I also don't talk about things that aren't anything to do with you specifically, my listeners, my watchers. But I love this energy so much that I want to show you how this era that we have now stepped into, that's going to be around until sometime in July. I'll get you the correct date in a moment. We can actually start putting this in our marketing a little bit. Because the thing is when people feel this shift happening inside them, regardless of whether it is conscious or not, people will feel this like general collective energy of these nodal shifts, the nodal environment. And people are really, really hungry for authenticity, for realness, for depth, for the abundance and the emotional abundance that's not just about the money or the materialistic. And when you start speaking to that in your marketing, when you acknowledge that sort of like real hunger for the authenticity and the emotional, like truth and everything, people are going to be recognizing themselves within what you're saying, and then they will feel seen. And then they'll feel like, oh, you know what? I think I'm ready to buy. So where are you going to kind of weave in this kind of feeling of authenticity? Because if you're anything like me, you are probably not trying because you're not performing, but you're probably just already being authentic within your work. And that is amazing. We don't want to come away from that ever, regardless of what nodal environments we're sitting in. But if you wanted to start weaving in this kind of like era of our nodal environment, then go a little bit deeper than what you would usually do. So if you're doing a webinar during this time, then talk about the era that we are in, that is all to do with emotional abundance and, you know, the feeling of the self. When you just really come into yourself and understand, like, you know, who it is you are and how authentic you are. Offer people a mirror for them to be really seen. When you weave this into your webinars or maybe like an offer that you might want to put out there, the positioning that you have within your business and your offerings is going to really start being affected by this beautiful time. And some of you might not even want to change anything in what you're doing. Some of you might watch this and go, okay, I'm doing it anyway. It's going to come into me anyway. The clients are going to appear. It's just going to start happening for me. And believe me, it really, really will. So in your language, in your messaging, in your marketing, we want to use a language that is more around the intimacy, the depth, the truth, the emotional sort of like spirit, the emotional, you know, everything that comes with this. And less about, you know, you could achieve this, or like, you know, for me, for example, as a business mentor, I wouldn't say, I'm not going to start saying, oh, you can get more clients if you work with me. Okay. I'm going to be saying much more beautiful, deep things in my marketing than just, I'm going to solve your problem. This is, you know, what it is, and this is how I'm going to solve it. Very briefly, I'm going to break down what this means for your human design type specifically. So for projectors, I'm going to start with you guys because that's what I am anyway. We are really the ones that can guide people into this depth and authenticity really, really well, especially if we are already so aligned with the way that our aura works and our, you know, beautiful projectiness, where we see things that nobody else sees and we see things that are usually unsaid. We see the lies, the white lies that people tell themselves. And I want you projectors to dive deeper into that. Do not think that just because the other person is across from you, that they're not a projector, so therefore they're not as deep as you. Do not think for a minute that that is a problem. You are here to go deep. You are here to bring out this superpower, especially right now in this time, and just bring people as deep as you possibly can. For manifesting generators, your very sustainable, like abundance, comes from the work that really feels very, very true for you. If you have an offer or a service or something that's out there that you do not like talking about, that you not want to talk about, do not do it. It's got to feel emotionally true for you. Try getting a little bit more vulnerable in your marketing, and just remember that the offers and everything that you're responding to out there in the world when you're doing your marketing out there, it's not just about being lucrative right now. It is about the emotional abundance of spirit. So feel into everything around you. Be grateful. Just love everything. Feel alive in your body because of the abundance that is offered to you right now. So manifestors, the world is asking for your vision. And I think the vulnerability piece is going to be good for you right now as well. Remember that you are here to make an impact, right? Is that an impact collectively? Is that an impact on the individual? Well, right now, it might be both, might be a bit of both for you. But I just want you to keep that impact in sight. I want to impact 1 billion women. I want to impact 2 people and help them to become millionaires. I don't care what it is. I don't care how big it is. It needs to be big if you're a manifestor, let's face it. But I don't care where the bigness of it is. I want you to focus on your vision, because your vision is, again, it's not just about the money for you. It is about the emotional stability and the emotional abundance that you are going to feel, that you are also going to spread out into the world to have impact on there as well. Now, my lovely reflectors, for you, I want you to remember that when you put yourself in the center of everything, and that's kind of scary, especially if you're second line or fifth line, but I want you to remember that if you are in the center, not on a pedestal, not everybody's looking at you, but if you are in the center of everything, then this is where you get to reflect and evaluate and just share what you see as something that is not quite right, and you get to correct that. And when you are doing this, the language in which you want to do this is not necessarily about the capitalist, corporate, this is wrong language. Try and really bring in emotional stability into this. Try and point out where emotional stability is not working. We are stepping into such a beautiful time in 2027, moving from the cross of planning to the cross of sleeping phoenix. And this is really going to help you to make those stepping stones before we really step into this energy. And we're going to really start seeing that emotions are going to play a massive, massive part in the future of humanity now. And it actually starts with you, reflectors. Now, just remember, everybody, I do not need you or want you to burn everything down, close all your offers, stop doing your marketing, change your marketing. I just want you to sprinkle a little bit of this magical, emotional provocation of spirit into your marketing, because that is where you're going to really hit home what the collective is feeling, and you're going to really start to notice where these energies are coming in to your marketing. You're going to have more abundance coming into you, material or not, and people are already feeling it. So speak to it, and everything is going to shift for you.